He made more money than almost any criminal in history. At his peak, Pablo Escobar was smuggling 15 tons of cocaine into the US every day. And the cash? It came in faster than he could count it. Forbes listed him among the richest men on earth, worth an estimated $30 billion at the time. That's over $100 billion today. But this wasn't wealth in bank accounts. It was warehouses of stacked cash. Crates are buried under farms. Wads are hidden inside walls. He spent $500 a month just on rubber bands to wrap the bills. And yet, when Escobar was killed in 1993, most of that money was never found. Where did it all go? Some say it was burned. Some say it's still buried. Others think it's in the hands of powerful people who never left the shadows. This is the story of the fortune that vanished. Pablo Escobar didn't trust banks. He trusted dirt, concrete, and his brother's memory. Most of his billions existed as physical cash stashed in hidden rooms, buried under farms, stuffed in barrels, and packed behind false walls. At one point, he was losing over $2 billion a year, just to rats eating through his cash piles. He ran an empire built on corruption and fear. He bought politicians, police, airports, and judges. He even offered to pay off Colombia's national debt in cash just to change the country's laws. And laundering that kind of money? That required creativity. Escobar owned entire neighborhoods, soccer teams, restaurants, and construction firms. He used shell companies and offshore accounts. His front operations were so elaborate that authorities struggled to follow the paper trail because most of it didn't exist on paper at all. He built a financial world that operated outside of systems. A black economy powered by loyalty, fear, and pure volume. And the truth is, even he didn't know where all the money was. Because when you're moving hundreds of millions every week, some of it just disappears. When Escobar was killed on a rooftop in Medellin in 1993, the empire crumbled overnight. But the real war was just beginning, the war for his money. Rival cartels, corrupt officials, the Colombian government, the DEA, everyone wanted a piece of what was left. Warehouses were raided, property seized, accounts frozen. But for every million recovered, 10 more seemed to vanish into the shadows. Escobar's family was hunted. His wife and children fled the country. His brother, Roberto, tried to recover hidden stashes, but even he admitted most of it was gone. Some insiders say large amounts were quietly taken by officials. Others believe the Cali Cartel, or even foreign banks, helped make it disappear. There were rumors of buried treasure, some of it actually found by farmers and treasure hunters years later. But most, still missing. The Medellin cartel moved cash by the ton. And when an operation that massive collapses, you don't find everything. You lose it. You hide it. Or worse, someone else hides it before you can. And with Escobar dead, the map to that fortune died with him. Decades after his death, Pablo Escobar's money is still making headlines. Farmers in Colombia have dug up millions in rotting cash. One man claimed to have found barrels of Escobar's fortune in his backyard. Another stumbled on a stash hidden behind drywall. Even Netflix producers of Narcos hired private security after one of their scouts was killed near a rumored cartel land. And then there's Roberto Escobar, Pablo's brother, who claims there are still hundreds of millions buried across Colombia. He says Pablo kept mental maps. No paper, no witnesses, just memory and fear. But every time someone gets close, the trail vanishes. Because no one who truly knows is talking. Not the government, not the former cartel lieutenants, not the insiders who helped move it. Escobar's money became a legend. But legends like this don't fade, they evolve. Experts estimate 70% of his wealth was never recovered. Buried in barrels, burned in desperation, laundered so well it looks legal today. And when you move cash by the ton, it only takes a few forgotten spots to leave billions behind. Today, treasure hunters still roam the hills of Medellin. Some are chasing history, some are chasing headlines. But all of them are chasing a ghost, the man who once controlled a country through fear, cocaine, and cash. Because when you bury billions in silence, what you leave behind doesn't die. It waits to be found. Pablo Escobar built an empire on fear and fortune. He ruled a nation with billions in dirty money and left behind a trail of blood, gold, and questions. We may never know where it all went. But that's the thing about legends. They don't need answers to survive. They only need shadows. And maybe that's the most powerful part of Escobar's legacy. Not what he spent, not what he built, but what he left behind. If this story hooked you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Would you chase Escobar's treasure? Or is it better left buried? We've got more real-world stories, mysteries, and money trails coming soon, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's next.